Hey guys, it's Biosnow here. I am going to be reading out some of my answers to the questions you all have been asking. First, I want to put out there that I'm looking to start a second channel. Now, because it's been made very clear that you're all here for Ruby-related content, and there's still so much more that I want to do. So I've got 3 things listed here on screen. You can tell me in the comments whichever one you think you would prefer to see go up. It'll be the channel I start up. I want to do all of these eventually, but for now, I'm just going to pick one, start a channel around that. And it'll be linked to this channel. You'll find it pretty easily once it's up and once it has content. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and start reading out the questions you all left. I'll start answering. Alright. Do you think Sun will die? Probably not. I think he'll be okay. So do I think Ruby is a maiden? No. She's a Silver Eye Warrior, there's a big difference. Plus, you to have a maiden's powers, a maiden had to be thinking of you when she died. And I don't see who could have died that would have been thinking a little like Ruby. Alright, do you believe Raven is somehow related to Adam? Or is Ruby related to Adam? Probably not. I mean, Adam is a Faunus, don't forget that, so none of these two are Faunuses, so it doesn't make sense for Adam to be related to either one. Favorite villain in Ruby? Mercury. I'm sorry, he's... Whew. What do you believe Ren's semblance will be, and also do you think the Schnee Dust Company will get fired since they saw the Elysian Knights attacking innocent civilians? I'm not 100% sure what you're asking me here, but Ren's semblance, based on what we've seen, probably going to be super strength, maybe. It makes sense to me, or it'll be something ninja-like. He may... I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Schnee Dust Company didn't really have much to do with the Elysian Knights, did they? I'm pretty sure those were made by Atlas, not the Schnee Dust Company, so I don't think they're going to have any problems. What do you think about so many people in the fandom criticizing every detail about the show? Not gonna lie, not quite sure what you mean, because where I've been, people honestly just praise the show, but in my part of the world, it's either hit or miss for Ruby here. Either everyone loves it and they're on board with it, or they just don't talk about it and don't watch it and forget it exists. You say you're a writer, I am too, but what do you write about? What I really like writing is modern fantasy, so imagine, magic and mystical creatures and all that stuff, but in, a modern setting, like New York. That's really cool to me, and I love writing that. Hang on, wait, there's more. I'd love to read any stories you make. Oh! Honestly, right now, I have been working on a book for some time now. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the a draft of the first chapter, I should say, open for you guys to read. There'll be a link in the description. You can check it out if you want. I don't know, if you really are interested, then let me know and I can send you an app. Maybe you can become a beta reader for it. Because, honestly, if you're interested in my writing, that's kind of cool. Can you say hi to me? Hi, Raven. How did you start your YouTube career? With a very... Do we have to go back there? Way back in the day, May or so, when Aurelian Soul was announced, but there was also rumors of a Taric rework. I did this weird parody where I sort of showed the Aurelian Soul trailer, but replaced it with just clips of Taric's voice, and just sort of implied that Aurelian Soul is the Taric rework. It was bad. It was really bad. And that's why I deleted it and started fresh with this. What is your favorite scene/episode in Ruby and why? Oh, it would have to be Volume 2, Chapter 4, Painting the Town Red, when there's the whole chase scene, everyone's going down the highway and they're fighting Roman and his giant robot, that will always stand out as just one of the best fight scenes of the whole series. It was so cool. Plus, we got to see Neptune use his trident, and that was that. Alright. How hyped for Volume 4 are you? Very. Like, I am so. You should have seen me when it was announced. I was a lot more energetic, but it's gonna be so good. And I love where they're going with this, because it has somewhat darker tones, but you know it's not gonna be dark forever. People have been saying that Osmond may be, in other words, not so good guy. What do you think about it? Soon. Do you think we'll see Neptune's semblance in future volumes? I hope so. What is your opinion on cheese products? Well, define cheese products. If you mean like actual cheese, it's great, but if you mean that artificial cheese that you sell in like bottles, no. How long have you been playing Hearthstone, and what is your favorite class? I've been playing Hearthstone since about the time Noxramas was released, and my favorite class by a long shot is Rogue. I just love the playstyle. I think even once upon a time, one of the commentators for the World Championships even said, once you play Rogue, or not once you play Rogue, but he said something to the effect of people who play Rogue tend to be very loyal to Rogue, and I agree with it. Like, ever since I started playing Rogue seriously, I've never really felt the need to play any other class. I just do it when I have to. How old are you, and what's your favorite volume of RWBY? I am 20, and my favorite volume... Dang, that's a tough question. It's a toss-up, but I think volume 2, just cause... Ah, man, there's a lot of reasons. It had some good fight scenes, it had some really iconic moments, and it felt like characters really got developed some. Which didn't happen in many other volumes, but volume 3 was cool, though. Oh boy, this is a multi-part. Do you think the secretary from the RWBY manga should be brought into volume 4? It'd be cool if they made a cameo. That'd be pretty awesome. When do you want RWBY to reunite? Mid-season, end of season, next volume? Either mid or end of the season. I don't think they'll spend a whole season apart, but it'll be really good for them to spend some time alone and work on themselves. So when they come back together, they'll be stronger. I don't know if that made any sense. Do you want to see Raven and Adam fight because they have the same sword style? That would be epic. That would blow my mind. That would be so cool. Favorite songs from the show? That's a toughie. Probably Time to Say Goodbye, Divide, because Divide is just amazing. I May Fall. Those are probably my top 3. I don't know what else to say. Are you going to do lyrics analysis video for the songs soon? RWBY characters you want to meet in real life. Oh god. I would say Blake, but I feel like she would just kind of blow me off and ignore me. It'd be cool to meet either Sun or Neptune, I think. They seem like they're really cool dudes. Weapons you would use to decorate a wall. Oh, weapons I would use and decorate a wall. Oh, wow. It'd be so cool to have Ruby Scythe, but at the same time, that thing seems really hard to use. I think it'd be more realistic for me to use something... Those things Ren uses seem like the most practical, but let's face it, that's not happening either. In all honesty, the weapon so far that's been closest to one I kind of made up once as part of a fan thing, it's probably Nora's. But even then, it's not exactly the same. So those are probably my picks. What do you think about the unfinished Volume 4 RWBY trailer? It left a lot of questions, and I liked... Honestly, that's what the first video you see on this channel is based off of, is just speculation from that trailer. Like, it's amazing. Favorite shows other than RWBY at the moment? Re:Zero. What is one thing in the RWBY world you want to see expanded? Life outside the walls, types of grim, types of travel, etc. Tell me more about the faunus, because the fact that there's this whole other species other than humans walking around that look almost just like humans, I need to know more about that. Do you think any more of the main characters will die in RWBY? If so, who do you think has the highest probability? Somebody's going to die. It's honestly... I hate saying it, but I think it might be John. I really hope that's false, but... It seems like John could get carried away, too worked up by something, and he'll charge into battle without thinking, and that'll just be it. They'll kill him. I'd hate for that to happen. I don't want it to happen. But that's just my answer. He's the one I think is most likely to die. If you can meet any Ruby character, okay. Sorry, but we've answered that. What do you think happened to Ozpin after his fight with Cinder? I have some theories cooking on that. See, I don't think he died. I think he was... Shoot. I honestly can't say. There will be a video on it very soon, though. What do you think will happen to Yang in Volume 4? She's going to adapt. She's a very strong-willed... Very, very strong-willed individual. She's not going to let losing an arm keep her down for too long. Like, it's going to throw her off initially, but she's going to figure out, like, she's basically going to become One Punch Man. And that one arm is going to do all the work she needs. Like, she's going to get over this. What is your favorite Ruby fight and why? Yeah, honestly, again, probably the fight on the highway with the fight on the highway. That's just what I'm going to call it. That scene is just mind-blowing to me. Rooster Teeth said there will be LGBT characters in Ruby and want to know who you think they are going to be and if you believe the theories that Ruby will be one. There was hinting early on by the cast that Ruby may have actually been attracted to Penny, but I haven't heard anything on that front, so that could have been just fan rumors or speculation. If there are LGBT characters, it's either I honestly think Bumblebee will happen if they're going to go that way. But they may just introduce new characters like that people could come in at any time. Those people could easily be somewhere in that spectrum. What is your favorite thing about the Ruby community? Just how insanely creative you all are. Like, it really shows with how many OCs we make that have, like, they're not always OCs, but their weapon is always something really insane. Because when you just combine two things together with a gun, it always comes out awesome. And the names we all come up with for ships are just great. Like, even the one you've listed here, when I asked you what else is your favorite ship from the show, you said some goddamn peace and quiet. Ren X Neo. That is awesome. And there was one I saw one time that was Crow X Ozpin. I don't really support that, but it was called Time Flies. Like, y'all are awesome. How did you find Ruby and what were your first impressions? Believe it or not, I found it through an AMV. A long time ago. I'm actually going to try and put the link here if I actually found it. If not, then I'm just doing this for no apparent reason. It was a music video. It was to the song Have Faith in Me by A Day to Remember, and it was just all about Jean. And sort of just showing... There was only one volume at the time, but it was... I saw that and thought John was, like, just this badass who could do anything, and then I actually watched the show and learned different. But maybe that's why I support him so much, but that's honestly how I found the show. Oh, great. What were my first impressions of it? I thought, oh, this is like, you know, basically magical girls except with weapons, and I thought that was a cool twist, but there were a lot of almost League references at times, so I kept watching. Then Volume 3 kind of proved that things can get dark. What do you think will happen to the rest of Team Ruby Volume 4? Okay. So Ruby I've talked about. Yang is going to overcome her obstacle here. She's going to get strong. She's basically going to become One Punch Man. Weiss is going to have a confrontation with her dad. Like, it's basically guaranteed that she's going to have to get past that at some point. So she's probably going to break away from the Schnee family almost entirely, just completely become independent of them, probably. Blake, it's really hard to say, because I know where she would be right now as a sort of mental state, just based on my experiences with writing characters who go down dark paths like this. It's hard to say really what she's going to do. She's either going to turn, like, Splinter Cell style against the White Fang and try to bring him down before she does anything else, or she may just go lone wolf. I honestly have no idea. Oh boy. What is your favorite pun that either Yang or Weiss have made? Oh. It has to be in Volume 2, Episode 1, when Yang just says, I always start my day with a Yang, because it just drives home everything that makes her puns so great. They're just so dead on like that. Do you think Salem knows Oz? I don't know if Summer is Salem, but Cinder says she was right something. Soon. You mind doing my Neo theory? What is your Neo theory? I'll check it out. I'll figure out what your Neo theory is first. Favorite and least favorite character in Ruby. Alright, favorite and least favorite character in Ruby. My favorite character by far, just because I get excited every time they're on screen. And a lot of people are going to say this is cliche, and oh wow, you're just shallow, but I honestly just love it when Blake is doing something, because I relate to her in some weird ways. She reminds me a bit of myself in a really, really dark sense. But honestly, there are some differences there for obvious reasons, but she's just my favorite character. Least favorite character, Cardin. Do you believe Pyrrha is still alive? If she is, she's not Pyrrha. Like, there's been this thing going around that maybe she'll come back as a Grimm? Like a human Grimm? And that's honestly as close as I think we're going to get to her still being alive. I don't think she's actually, like, still here flesh and blood. Do you think Emerald will eventually turn against Cinder? Very possibly. Like, she seemed upset by the ending of Volume 3. She didn't seem to really be cool with it all, and it makes sense, because she's just a thief. She may not be cool with, like, mass murder, near genocide levels of killing people. Like, she may break away because of that. How long will it take Yang to get a robotic arm? I don't think she will. I think they're going to keep her with just the one arm as a way of showing her resolve and her fortitude. Samir, does the theme song and opening credits of the first season do some serious foreshadowing for the entire series? It does! Soon. You have multiple questions, oh boy. First, what things other than Ruby and Hearthstone will you cover? Well, like I said, I want to start a different channel to help cover these sorts of things, because honestly here I think just needs to be a Ruby-only sanctum of sorts. Like, I'll link the other channel, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep everything on this channel going just as planned, but I do want to start that other channel just so that I can put more stuff out there, and all of you who just came for the Ruby can just get the Ruby. Do you think killing Pyrrha was a good idea? And finally, do I think killing Pyrrha was a good idea? Well, if you mean as a writing mechanic, then it was a very bold move, but it certainly had impact. Because, like I was saying in my discussion of the Ruby analysis, her death basically symbolized that everyone is mortal at the end of the day, because Pyrrha was by far and long the most powerful student in the entire series. Like, maybe a few teachers were stronger than her. Like, maybe Glinda's stronger. If she fought Crow, I don't know who would win. Ozpin would probably be the only person I could say for sure could beat her. So her death was incredibly powerful. So, yeah, it was a good move as a writing standpoint. If you mean in terms of making the fans happy, it was a horrible decision. In Season 4, what do you think? Everything will be depressing, or Nora and or a different character will make the season more joyful? If so, who will that other character be? I don't think Volume 4 is going to be that dark. Like, it'll start out on some darker tones, but I'm sure things will get happy as, like, Team Ranger starts talking. There'll probably be other characters who come into the play. Like, I really think this is the time where they're going to start bringing in more people. Like, who knows? I have had this idea in my head of just there being another team for some reason who would show up. So I think there'll be more characters and they'll sort of lighten up things. Because there's no way it'll be dark for an entire volume. Nora would definitely be a good pick for lightening the mood. She has such just a playful approach to fighting. That's really what I got. And that was the last question. Wow, we got through all of that. That's that. That was the first Q&A. There will probably be another one at another milestone. But for now, guys, I said it in the Q&A announcement, and I'll say it again. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, all of you who subscribed, for subscribing, because it just motivates me to keep doing what I do. I'm going to stay doing this as long as I can. As long as I can come up with a theory, I will be doing this. And yeah, one more time I'm going to say this. There's going to be a second channel. Vote for it in the comments, which one you want to see. And, you know, this is how it goes, man. This has been Biosnow, and until next time, run wild, my friends. See ya.